Yeah, I thought I'd do a video on my irrigation system and how it's going so far. And what I got, I have a manifold here. This is, in progress, all of it to be changed at whatever time becomes convenient. But I have a manifold set up here with a dog connected to it. Okay, with about 200 feet of garden hose coming down from the house. Limited on pressure, but I can run 3 sprinkler heads at a time. Eventually all this will get buried right here, and I have an electronic controller that when I bring down, I'm going to bring down 1-inch PVC from the house, and when I do that I'll bring down a power line and it'll get buried here in one of the boxes. I may have to make a box for it, I'm not sure. But what I have is these gear heads, and the benefit of the gear heads is you can put different tips in them. Let me grab one here. Here's the different number tips you can put in them, and it works out really good. On the corner ones that are only rotating 90 degrees, I can put, like, say, a number 1, and in the middle ones that do 180, I can put a number 2. The ones out in the middle that do almost a 360, they are, put a number 3 in those or something like that. See what the dog's barking at? Oh. But anyway, that's what I have on this. 50 foot across. I have 3 heads, about 25 foot. Over here I have one of the impact heads, the ones, and I do like those better because of the sound of them, but there's just not enough pressure to run more than one of them on a line. And what I have is, going down in sections. And my spacing's off a little. Should be about 25 feet or so, about that. I'm 50 foot across. I don't want to get in the water with the camera. And my spacing going down the hill is a little wider in some areas. And then I also added drip line in on the upper half up there for the melons and stuff like that. So a little bit of combination, and all this is still work in progress. But the gear heads are, I don't know, they're a little bit easier to deal with. You can adjust them with the water pressure and the different tips. So, I'll walk down, see if I can get past the water running. And most of my lines are buried. I do need to go in and bury. I put in a couple more and I have to go in and bury those. And you can see over on the other side of the corn, I need to make that one taller on both sides of the corn. But my spacing down here is a little off, a little too far apart, so I have a drip out in the middle on the cucumbers. I'm going to be doing terracing and putting some retaining walls in, grow beds, raised beds as retaining walls. I'm going to get out of the water here. And so I'll change the spacing a little bit. There'll be a wall right about here, and then another one where that second line is up there. But so far it's worked out pretty good. Just need more time to deal with the weeds. That's what happens. We just pulled out a batch of beets here, some romaine lettuce here. I just planted some bib lettuce here. This one, I'm not sure what I'll put in there. But that's what the irrigation is so far. And of course the guys that helped me with all my irrigation, you guys have been a big help. Have everything I need when I go up there. So, but thanks to the guys at AQS. So, all right, there's my irrigation. Thank you much. I went so quick I didn't show how I set up these towers with the heads on them. So I thought I'd just show what I was using on that. Try to get over here in the shade. What I used are these garden T-posts that, as you can see, have a little concave in them, and that concave fits the PVC pipe perfectly, and I just put male and female end on either one, and the main lines are the 1-inch poly pipe, and the different fittings, you got a straight line. Here's a just a 90-degree. Here's a little splitter there. I have another one that turns a corner. This one goes straight through, another one turns a corner. I don't have any extra ones of those. But that's how I set up the towers on them. And you can make them any height you want. Most of mine are on 24-inch height. Although the corn down there, I do have to raise the one to 6 feet, or probably going to maybe try to put some kind of simple drip in it, just to let the water run down. That I threw the corn in as an afterthought just because I wanted to do some corn, but it is creating a problem with the overhead irrigation. So, and here it is, the drip I used. Here's some of the connectors and some of the splices. I'm going to do a double row. This is to put a double row down the outside of the tomatoes. You can see the brown stuff there. Best I know, they call it the brown stuff. It's got little emitters. The stuff I have has emitters every 24 inches, which is too far on the spacing, but I got it at a real good price because nobody wanted it, and I added some emitters in. Here's one of the emitters there. That spray out a little spider leg looking thing, but I'm using it mainly up here on the melons and pumpkins and stuff. And I put the irrigation in, let it run, found the wet spots, and that's where I planted the seeds. So this middle row here, all my spacing is about 24 inches. The other one, that over there, I think our spacing's maybe a foot or less, but it's growing, seems to be growing fine. It doubled since last week. These are sweet melons of some type over here. Got to get the grass cut back. But like I say, down the sides of the tomatoes, I ran 2 rows, and I will offset the 24 inches, so I will get water every 12 inches, and I think the tomatoes are spaced every 16 inches. So it's not going to be a direct on, but like I say, for the price I got it, everything's, getting watered. I got to work on my trellis there, pull it back up. But anyway, I just wanted to show how I put all that together and how I got the towers in. Like I say, these landscape or garden posts hold that real well. And then I just use a plastic coated wire to wrap it around the thing. Makes it easy to take on and off when you got to move it, and no problems. When you hammer these in, that tip gets bent up, so you have to, pry it back out and make sure you don't cut the pipe. And the clamps on this stuff, they have special pliers to squeeze the clamps. These are tile nippers, and they work just as good. So you don't have to spend the big bucks on the special ones. Just go get a cheap pair of tile nips. But there you go. That's the garden. That's the irrigation. Stop back by later. I'll do general updates as they come available. Do some harvest updates. So thank you much. We'll see you later.